So it's just nice that 8 years later we're all together again. It was just about 5 weeks ago, a little more than 5 weeks ago, that our wonderful curator Liz Miller and her assistant Sherry Corley had all the beautiful works on the walls. The lighting was perfect, the labels were up, the lettering was up. We waited to open the doors for our guests, and the first one was Hurricane Matthew. So we all had to take a deep collective breath. Brenda and I especially. And we just did what we had to do to not only protect our beautiful museum, but also to protect the beautiful artwork. And we made it through. We had very little damage here. Of course, the artwork was very well protected. And then we were able, about a week after the hurricane, to open our doors, and guests started coming in. And they have just absolutely, the compliments about this exhibit have just been so heartwarming for all of us. And it's been especially wonderful because the Spring Made Watermedia Society, they were here, and they've been, of course, offering classes and workshops for years and years, decades actually. And they were able to see all of the people participating in that were able to see this exhibit. So we were just thrilled. We thought that was just a win-win for all of us. It's been a pleasure for us to work with your president, Brenda Lawson, and with our friend Nancy Bracken, and of course with Demita. I have known these talented ladies for several years, and it really is a pleasure working with them. On behalf of the Art Museum's Board of Trustees, our wonderful volunteers, and our staff, again, I thank you so much for being here, and it's my pleasure to welcome my friend, Brenda Lawson.
We made it. I feel like this is the longest road I ever rode on. I have to say. I'm sorry to have to say that, but welcome everyone, and thank you for such a good turnout. I'm so pleased to see so many of you that I know and who support the arts. Hurricane Matthew threw a curve in all our plans, but thanks to the Franklin G. Burroughs-Simeon B. Chapin Art Museum, Liz Miller, and Pat Goodwin, we are able to have the celebration of the 39th Annual SCWS show today, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without them. When they approached me to take the position of president, I got Nancy Bracken. I made an appointment with Pat Goodman. I said, if we can get the museum, I'll do it. So that was the first stop, and they were very agreeable, and we had our date. At this time, last year, I stood at the podium, and that was in North Augusta, and said, Lordy, Lordy, what have I done? And I meant it. So I stand here today with the 39th SCWS Annual Hung. Event funds raised and support to the youth of our community extended. A very happy president. All of our goals were achieved with the help of my committee members. Great thanks are extended to you all. We held monthly meetings for over a year to bring this show to you, and I'd like to read their names to give them thanks. It's Victoria Alger, Patsy Givens, Mary Lou Morabito, Kelly Atkinson, Bill Griffin, Paula Robertson, Carol Bell, Gail Jolly, Janet Rogers, Nancy Bracken, Laura Jones, Cindy Silvers, Mel Devine Davis, Ann Malarick, Rebecca Zabel, I always pronounce that wrong, Rebecca, I'm sorry. Judy Decker, who's not an artist but joined to help us. Linda Manning, Janice Coward, Janet Crapples, another non-artist who joined to help us, and Mary Specco. Oh, thank you all. Our sponsors, advertisers, award donors, and general fund contributors made this whole show possible. Without them, we would not be bringing this beautiful exhibition to you. Please take the time to read their names in the catalogs, and if you deal with any of them at any time in business, let them know you saw their donation. They are all listed in the catalog, And we extend our heartfelt thanks to all of you, our contributors. Our juror, Marc Taro Holmes, had a great eye for design, and it shows in the pieces chosen to be in the show. I think you'll all agree, this is a very wonderful, outstanding, unique, varied Watermedia show, and I'm so proud of it. We had 183 submissions, and he had a very difficult task to wean that number down to the 75 you see here today. There were so many great submissions that just couldn't make it in. He only could take 75. He also had the job of choosing the 30 award winners. Congratulations to all who were accepted, and our 30 award winners soon to be announced. You all know, but I'm glad you're here. To the rest who didn't get juried into the show, I say, please don't give up trying. Try and try and try again. I was told this week that the very famous painter Robert Wade was accepted only 4 times in 30 years. He tried into the American Watercolor Society, and he is one of the most famous painters I know. So we have to have thick skin as artists. So we artists are used to rejection. All art is judged by the eye of the beholder, and we know we create because we must. I urge you all to continue to create and enter time and time again. Your turn will come, I promise you. Might be 30 years. In closing, I'd like to thank our executive director, Demita Jeter. Without her leading us in the right direction, we surely wouldn't be here today. Demita, may your road ahead be blessed with happiness and good health. I'd also like to thank my husband, who had to do so much extra work to help me get through this whole year. Thank you so much. We're happy to be honoring our fellow member in excellence, Doris Athey. The first place award of $1,000 will be given in her memory, and now her son-in-law, Doug Decker, will be sharing some memories of her life with us. And thank you, Doug, for doing this for us.
You're welcome.
Are you going to introduce Judy too?
I might introduce
Okay,
Judy.
thank you.
Normally I come to these events and I'm known as Judy Decker's husband. So they don't know who I am, but everyone knows who Judy is. On behalf of our family, we're really pleased to have Doris Athey honored today. I mean, can you imagine? I'd like to be honored when I go, and I think everyone would. But she really built up a legacy on her own, and I'll just tip off a few of these. You mentioned the hurricane, and I also have to mention about the hurricane. I think that the team, when you think about what if you were in their shoes and the hurricane came and the exhibit stopped, you can imagine what went through their minds. I think suicide was one of those. But I think the planning committee and all of the moving parts that had to take place to resurrect this thing. It was hard enough doing this event, but to resurrect it, I really think her team, Brenda Lawson's team, does deserve an extra applause. I've known Doris Athey for 35 years, and I was her favorite son-in-law. Well, she only had one son-in-law, so that was easy. I married Judy, who's in the back row there, and Doris, when I first came to her house and saw all the artwork on the walls, it all blended into the low country. And by that I meant, I didn't think I was walking into a museum. I thought it really blended so nicely into their home, and it was just such a great place. And she had her workshop in there, and her husband, Jack, as all of the husbands behind great women, was a big help to Doris doing matting and making frames, and he deserves a lot of credit. She passed away in 2015 at 90. And I hope I live to 92. She'll be remembered as a member of the Watercolor Society because she was a member in excellence. She had taken many classes, and I met some people today. I met you today, and you said you took a class from Doris. She took classes, and she gave some classes, and she really shared a lot of her love with art with everyone that touched her. She quickly became a leader in the South Carolina Water Society. She loved arrangements and paintings, and these workshops started when she was in her 80s. Doris passed away to her loving children, Judy and Diane Athey. Diane is a professional artist. She worked for the director of Town and Country magazine, and we just asked Diane, could you just put together a little poster for the show? And this is what Diane threw together. She says, I'm sorry, I'm real busy, here's what I'll do. And you can see Diane is pretty darn talented. We also have she also had a son, his name is John Athey, and he lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he built exhibits that go into trade shows, and that was his job, and very artistic bent on him. And after he retired a few years ago, he decided that he would take up art. Well, let's see how well he's done. Almost every show that he's been in, his art has been selected, and he's won #1 on several occasions. And he just took it up. So, you know, now, I heard that you said that Judy was not an artist. Well, she kind of thinks that she's starting to be an artist under your tutelage. I mean, she's looking to you.
It happened this year, thank you, Judy.
So, yes, it happened this year. And Judy does have these jeans set too, so I'm expecting you to bring out these jeans.
I recognize it. It won't be long, she'll be winning.
Now, I have a lot of jeans in art also. I'm an electrical engineer, and my art is with a ruler and a pen. And if I can just even make a straight line, I think I'm doing well. Everything that, when you were around Doris, everything she looked at was from a perspective of painting something. So whenever she saw something very beautiful, this happens to be in San Diego, and this was at the marina where we had our sailboat. So she did this, and you can see these flowers. And shrimp boats and all these kinds of things she really liked. Many of Doris's paintings were sold over the years, and we've inherited the family over 100 of them. But one of the things that she did, she became kind of a marketeer, and she did a lot, and I would tell all the artists to do this, but she made a lot of these prints that she sold and produced. Hundreds of these were in bookstores throughout around this area. It was really beautiful. One of the other things that Judy's mother did, and that was the Harbor Walk book show, or bookstore.
Harbor Walk Bookstore.
Harbor Walk Bookstore, and these are the original people that started the Harbor Walk Bookstore. As you know, that building burned down on Front Street, and many artists lost their original paintings, and it was a very sad thing. Just a final note, I want to just bring this out. I'm not an artist, I had said, and reviewing the exhibit and listening to this DVD, the critique by Marc Taro Holmes, I have such a better appreciation of art than I ever did before I even got involved in this. This judge does such an excellent job in critiquing this that I would recommend anyone to show this even to non-artists. They would really enjoy it. My mother-in-law, Doris H.C., was very competitive, and she had a really sweet personality. She would be thrilled to be honored here today. We wish our heartfelt congratulations to Linda English, who won the Best in Show for her painting, The Hands of a Fisherman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Doug. That
Thank
was
you,
wonderful.
Doug.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And just so
Do I get an award or anything?
just so you all know, that DVD that he was lifting up will be for sale after this awards presentation up at the registration desk at the museum. We're going to have several of us. The DVDs will be for sale, as well as the catalogs, extra catalogs, and then every member here gets a catalog. So after our presentation, if you all want to kind of make your way there, I'll go over there and we can do that. But at this time, I'm going to have Brenda help me. We are going to present some juried certificates and some member and excellence certificates. And our juried certificates go to those who were juried into SCWS for the first time. Our member and excellence certificates go to those who have been in a show at least 3 times. It does not have to be consecutive. So we're going to start with member and excellence. First is Susie Serwinski. Who's handing off, and Brenda's going to present them. Karen Larrabee is our next member in excellence. Diana Carnes. I don't believe she's here. If those of you who are not, or those who are not here, I will make sure that I mail them. Mary Lou Hightower. I believe she's here. Kathy Kitts. Dixie Liebert? No, Dixie's not here. They would have all been here if we were here. Barbara Road. And Bonita Strickland. That's your mother. That's my mom. She's not here. But I'll mail it to her. Those are our members. All right, and now we would like to present our juried certificates to those who have been juried to the show for the first time this year. Ashley Ericus. Hartman Fagan. Lois McCuna. Okay. Marc Malmgren, I know is not here, but I'll know he is. Cindy Silvers. She's here. Betty Brown. Marilyn Godbold. Marilyn's not here, but Linda, can you possibly take Marilyn first? Thank you. Margaret Hunt. Susan Lackey. Kay Langdon. And Nancy Wren O'Donnell. Congratulations to all of those. At this time, we would like to recognize those who were juried into this year's show.
Janice Cowell was in for the first time.
You were? Oh, I'm sorry. I must have missed that.
Come up and let me share.
Yeah, well, I'll make that note. Janice! Are we sure about that?
I mentioned twice before.
Okay.
We got it. Thank you for letting me know.
We'll do that. All right, I'll send you your certificate. Sorry about that. Okay, and at this time, we would like to recognize those who were juried into the show but did not receive an award. Let's see. Randy Armstrong, I'm just going to read off the list. Denise Athanas, Linda Beasley, Jean Blackmer, Jennifer Boyinga, Marianne Brock, Betty Brown, Carrie Burns Brown, Ingrid Carson, Rosie Coleman, Janice Coward, Carolyn Epperly, Claire Farrell, Jim Finch, Steve Garner, Patricia Gibbons, Marilyn Godbold, Elaine Goodman, Lynn Hardwick, Mary Lou Hightower, Ruth Hopkins, Margaret Hunt, Renee Kahn, Brenda Lawson, Dixie Liebert, Lois McCouga, Marc Malmgren, Cecil Martin, Lee Montz, Catherine Morganelli, Lisa Neely, Patrick Parise, Barbara Road, Lynn Schilling, Barbara St. Dennis, Jill Stafford, Barbara Stitt, Bonita Strickland, Sherry Strickland Martin, Wayne Thornley, Patsy Tidwell Payton, Lori Wilson, Suzanne Wolf, Juanita Yancey, and Barbara Yon. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, and at this time, we are going to present our awards to our 30 award winners. And you all know the award winners have been announced. They're actually on our website. So this is no secret, but we're super proud of them. And these award winners, their show, as every year, will go around the state of South Carolina through the state of South Carolina, or the South Carolina State Museum's traveling show program. So if you have folks who didn't get a chance to come and see the art here, let them know that they're in different places throughout the state. First is Ann Hurd, who receives the David Graveman Award of $100. Second, okay, and yes, Brenda reminded me, after we do make the awards announcement, if everyone who is an award winner would stay behind, we'd like to get a group picture of everybody. We're actually going to use it for publicity and put it on our website. So, Sue Zerwinski, who wins the Waccamaw Landscaping and Construction Award of $100. Rebecca Zidapel. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm so used to it.
I am too. Trim Artist Guild Award of $100. Susan Lackey, Al Tinsley Memorial Award by Carol Knudsen Tinsley of $100. And we will mail those. Anita Laudone, the Marion Williams Award by Patsy Tidwell Payton of $100. Al Byer, who's not here, he won an award in memory of Liv Burden and Bill Jacobs by Nancy Bourne of $100. Ann Hightower Patterson won $100, and that was presented by Caroline Swanson in memory of B. Coolkey. Donna Lynn Gore, she wins the Dorothy Nichols Award of $100.
You want a picture?
Get another one, sweetie.
Aww. Good job. Denise L. Greer, she wins $100 in memory of Nancy. Will you help me with this last name? Karabetz? Okay. Nancy Karabetz. I'll mail her that. Renee. Well, it's the Nancy Karabetz Award. I'm sorry. I misspoke. It's not in memory of. Renee Eshelman, who wins the Logan Berry Books Award of $100. Lori Salamosi, I know Lori's here. And that was presented by Randy and Alan Armstrong. It's $100 in honor of all SCWS artists.
Maybe it'll work.
Cindy Silvers wins our Past Presidents Award of $180. Monique Wolf wins $200 presented by Maura Kenny. Patricia Colafarulo, $200 in memory of Alan E. Becker by Sue Zerwinski. Karen Larrabee, $200 presented by City Art and Art Express. Caroline Swanson, that's not here. Caroline wins $200 is in the Jack Rock Memorial Award presented by Brenda and Herb.
Wait there. Beautiful vase with the yellow, with the red flower. It's very pretty.
Wendy Wells wins $210 in celebration of AMI donated by Linda Manning and GCWS. Georgia Mason wins $250 donated by South Atlantic Bank. Kathy Kitts wins $250 donated by Janice and Mike Coward. Diana Carnes wins $250 donated by Coastal Chevrolet Cadillac Nissan.
Yeah.
Thank you. MC Churchill Nash. in honor of Mary Ellen Soup by Sarah Miller. Kay Langdon.
Okay, yes. She almost missed dropping her
I did.
finger. She'll never live in town.
Kay wins $300 donated by Rebecca Zidabel. Was that it closer?
Zidibble.
Zidibel. Say it 5 times and I'll put it. Zidibel. Okay. $300 by presented by Carolyn Epperly goes to Heather Noe. And we'll mail that. $350 goes to Lucy Weigel, and that was from our Supporters of Artists Award. Maura Kinney. Maura wins $400, which has been presented by Pat and Patsy Gibbons. Nancy Wren O'Donnell, $500. Presented by
He's gotta get, okay.
Hartmut Fag.
Almost.
That's what I just
Hey,
said. Fag? Tell me.
Bigger.
Fag. Okay.
Somebody used to introduce my wife and my children as Hartwood and the Little Pigs.
congratulations.
He wins $500 donated by Douglas and Judy Becker in honor of Morris Amy. Third place goes to Elizabeth Thompson. She is. And this is the Georgetown County Watercolor Society Award in honor of founding member Barbara Brock. Our second place award goes to Ashley Aracus. Ashley Aracus wins $750 donated by several friends of our president. And our grand prize winner, which is $1,000, donated by the Georgetown County Water Society, or Watercolor Society, which is presenting this award in honor of Doris Athey, is Linda English. Okay, and no one go anywhere because we're gonna draw for some door prizes right now.
Yes. Do you want to help him?
You want to help her? You can help. You can help. She wants to know if you want to help. Draw the names. You can help her. That way it'll be fair. Go ahead. She wants you to pick.
All right, she's pulling for a $50 Fresh Market gift card. You're gonna be our official draw. Amelia is going to help us draw these names. And this goes to MC Churchill Nash. I hope you have a French market near you. If not, it's good to
Rick is absolutely correct.
All right. And this is a $75 gift card from Frame Factory, which is here in the area. But where is Patsy? If they don't live here, they can still order something. Is that correct?
I would think so.
There's contact information in here. And that's Judy Brock. Does she live?
She lives in North Carolina.
Oh, no.
Wait, we'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Okay. This is a set of watercolors from M. Brown and Company. And that goes to Mel Davis. This is a really nice set. I feel like I'm a real winner. All right. We have a Jack Richardson gift certificate for $100 to order supplies, and that goes to Charles Brown, who I think probably has a, yeah, and I was gonna say, he would probably like to give it away to someone. There you go. And these two bags go together. This is several items from Cheap Joe's. It's two different, okay, so let's do one Cheap Joe's gift certificate for $100, and it includes apron and catalogs. And that goes to Betty Brown.
Okay, we're mixing them up.
There's no more Browns in the building. All right, this is a $150 gift card for merchandise at Cheap Joe's and includes apron and some catalogs. And that's Donna Murphy. All right, we will do another Jack Richardson gift certificate. This one's $125. And that goes to Nancy Bracken. We'll do the final Jack Richardson gift certificate, $150. Goes to Jackie Wakiwa. Jackie.
She's slower than she used to be.
Congratulations.
There you go. I just said that I never wanted to.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, and this is, are both of these Journey and Watercolor?
Yes.
Okay, so these are two books, Journey and Watercolors. And the artist slash author is Joseph Kalinske.
George Kaczynski.
I'm sorry, George Kaczynski.
It's wonderful.
And that's what we have left. So let's draw for one of those.